Hello, good evening. Welcome to Guns and Yellow Ribbons. We have Macclesfield Town in the FA Cup fifth round
No,
away.
we don't.
I fucked it up, haven't I?
Yes, Mansfield Town.
Mansfield Town. There we go.
Give up.
Enjoy the show.
Welcome to another podcast by Guns and Yellow Ribbons. This is your Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans for Arsenal fans. Enjoy the show.
Steps you on now.
I'm stressed enough as it is with you making balls ups like that. This is anti-stress. I'm dreaming that I'm stamping on a bloke that's hacked me Twitter's head. Makes me feel better.
Oh, honestly, he's been hard work. Dale, welcome back to the show.
Macclesfield bloody town.
Yeah,
Macclesfield Town. My left leg, you do, my nutty Fergus Keating. Do you know what? I say, why do I love you more often than I say, why do I love the missus? Honestly. 3 seconds before we came live, people, we were saying it's Mansfield Town. 1900 away in Mansfield, not too far from me. Mansfield this, Mansfield that. Straight on here, Macclesfield.
What's the FA's fault for putting two teams that sound almost the same in the draw?
What you missed off there, you missed off the fact that the last thing you said, literally 3 seconds before you pressed the live button, was "Don't F it up." And he went, "I won't." And the very first thing that came out of his mouth was that.
Unbelievable.
Guys, I know there's problems on X, not only with Hillsy's one, but like X in general, there is problems. So I don't know if we're transmitting on X. Oh, yeah, we are. And we're transmitting on Facebook tonight as well as on YouTube. So do enjoy the show. And if you are on X and you can retweet it. If you are on YouTube, remember to subscribe as well. Trevor, you didn't come down for the game. Dale, you haven't been able to get to many games for various reasons this year. So
only one reason, mate, not various.
It's a pain in the arse, really, isn't it?
Literally. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Let's talk about the draw very briefly then, for Trev. So I cocked up. Fulham have got Southampton. Port Vale or Bristol will play Sunderland. Newcastle will play Man City. Leeds will play Norwich. Mansfield Town will play Arsenal. Wolverhampton Wanderers will play Liverpool. Wrexham, Chelsea. West Ham will play Macclesfield or Brentford. Happy with the draw, Trev?
I'm over the moon with the draw. Mansfield Town's only up the road for me, just over an hour away. Newcastle, Man City drawing each other. Liverpool are away at Wolves, so we can get an upset there. Chelsea are away at Wrexham, and all us Arsenal fans of a certain age know how dangerous it is going to Wrexham. Don't remind me of that. So I think if we can beat Mansfield, the draw's worked out very nicely for us. I'm over the moon with it. Absolutely over the moon. It's about time we had a good run in the FA Cup. You know, it's been a few years since we've reached the fifth round. And I want all these 4 trophies still on the cards. The longer the 4 trophies are on the cards, the more exciting this season gets, boys.
Dale, the last time we got to the fifth round was the year that we won it, the COVID year, under Arteta. Happy with the draw?
How can you not be? I think without knowing factually, they're probably the lowest ranked team in the competition, aren't they? And yeah, like you said before we went live, don't jinx it. And you've just said last time we won it, so we'll not get down that road just yet. But yeah, you can't not be happy with that draw.
Yeah. No, my point was that it's the last time we got to the fifth round rather than anything more than that. But yeah, the fourth round. Let's talk about the fourth round then. So
round against who? The fifth round against Macclesfield, was that, or Mansfield?
No, fifth round in the FA Cup. The last time we got there.
Oh, so. See, Trev's on side. Look, Macclesfield, bring him on, good lad. Oh God, I've been
quite
so
warm in this room.
Week, right? Been so stressed this week, Ferguson. I should have just had the night off from this. I've already put that comment up, Fergus, already. Thank you for that advice. That's sound advice, which I've heeded. But unfortunately, much too late. Anyway.
Listen. On your thing there, it isn't something like that. It was just a lack of like concentration, wasn't it, Trev?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I was rushing, caught me off guard. Thought, because you never have to, do you? Your X is always on your phone. And I thought, oh, Jesus, I must have logged out. I'll log back in again. Bang, done. But these things happened. It'll come back. You know, I'm a bit fed up about it, but it ain't going to ruin me week. Far from it, actually. I'm really looking forward to Wednesday and then Sunday. Bring it on. When I'm going to be dancing around the new Tottenham Stadium in my underpants when we win 5-0. Cannot wait.
I'm hoping for 4-0 now. So the lineup for the Wigan game changed from what we've got here. It was meant to be Kepa, White, Mascara, Saliba, Calafiori, who got injured in the warm-up. Norgard, who had a fantastic game, Trevor, and I'm sure you'll wax lyrical about him. Lewis Skelly, Eze, Madueke, Martinelli, and Jesus. But as we said, Calafiori got injured in the warm-up. So Miles Lewis Skelly, who was going to be in the midfield, had to go back to left back, and Saka started in the midfield. What did you think, Dale, about the way that Saka was in that midfield position?
I'm a bit skeptical about Saka at the moment, regardless of where he plays. And the reason I say that is because there's no hiding. We haven't seen the best of Bukayo Saka this season. And I know he's just coming back from injury and things. So, I mean, I'll always be a bit, give him a bit of leeway. But I don't know. I thought that was a game where he potentially had the opportunity, regardless of where he played, to grab the ball by the horns and go, I'm Bukayo Saka. I'm back. This is my team. I'm still the star boy. But I don't know. I think he was outshone, and it was a game where I think he could have easily kind of taken over.
So, Trevor, your thoughts? I don't actually agree with Dale on that one. I thought he had quite a good game.
Well, he weren't meant to be playing, was he? So he's coming late. But I was more gutted about Calafiori injured again in the warm-up. Yeah. Again in the warm-up, and not seeing what I've wanted to see all season, and that's Miles Lewis Skelly get a starting midfield. I was really gutted, absolutely gutted. But what I will say here, right, is that whatever we talk about what happened in the game against Wigan last night, right, got to remember they're only a poor first division side, right? So we should be expected to win by 4. I thought that I quite liked the right-hand side at times when we had Madueke and Saka and Eze drifting over and White bombing up behind them. I thought we looked heavy there. I thought we looked good, but I do have to keep saying to myself, it was Wigan. That wouldn't necessarily work in a Premier League game. The most annoying, we won 4-0, comfortable, never going to lose, we're through. But we did what we always do, what we've been doing a lot this season, and we packed it in second half. I said to my missus half time, we might as well turn this off now because we're not going to score second half. The Arsenal do not score second half when we're winning 4-0. They're going to knock it on the head. And they did, Ferg. They did.
Yeah, there was another way of looking at it. I was chatting to Mem earlier today, and he came along and said, at least we didn't embarrass Wigan. Man City done it to a lower league team and beat them 9 or 10-0 in the earlier rounds. Personally, I don't care what we beat the team by, as long as we beat them by, you know, it was a bit more classy. But I do get what you mean, because for the second half, myself, Dan, and a couple of the other guys who were standing in Block 5 were just chatting about football, and you know, the game was done. The game was dead. It was fine, but it was a great 17 minutes from the 10th to the 27th minute. We scored 4 goals. The first goal came from Saka and Eze, where they were paired in the midfield, and there was a great through ball to Madueke. So, do we look at it, Trevor, that you could actually consider looking at Saka, Eze, and Noni as that 3 in the forward line of attack in the Premier League?
If there's no other options, for me, from what I've seen so far, when Havertz is fit, he plays, right? Yeah. When Havertz is fit, he plays. But In the Premier League, would that work against the top side? Would that work away at Man City? Who knows? Who knows, right? If Arteta did that and we went to Man City and won 2-0, we'd be waxing lyrical about him. If we went to Man City and lost 2-0, everyone would be calling him the worst manager since sliced bread. That's a lose-lose, you know what I mean? So when it comes to team selection, we've just got to keep trusting Arteta. I don't know what's going on with up front. I don't know why in some games we're stopping playing, and we are. I want to see, and we won 4-0 last night, but stopped playing second half, right? We beat Leeds and Sunderland. Yeah, we did. But then since then, we've reverted again. I just want to see us play Arsenal football, right? Arsenal football for 95 minutes of a game. Whether we're winning 1-0, losing 1-0, winning 2-0, losing 2-0, winning 3-0, losing 3-0. Just keep playing the Arsenal football that scores us goals. Don't score the goal and then just rest again like we did at Brentford. You know, we seem to drop off again. And it's infuriating because you're standing there as a fan in the stadium, in the ground, and you know that we can do better. And for some reason, we just knock it on the head and seem to drop off. I can't believe that Arteta's asking him to do that. Although what I did notice last night was, even when we're 4-0 up against Wigan, right? Second half, we're bringing subs on, and Arteta is at them for minute. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I'm thinking, come on, Mick, I love you, son. I love you, Arteta. I want you to be our manager for the next 30 years. But you don't need to be doing all this when we're winning 4-0 against the Division 1 side. Tell them to go out there and play their game and smash you into next week. You know?
We talked about that on Friday, didn't we?
It's frustrating me that we stop playing, Ferg. We just get a lead and then knock it on the head like we did at Brentford. We could have so easy kept playing and won at Brentford. Now, don't get me wrong, Brentford are a good side. Brentford have only lost 2 games at home all season. Brentford are right up there challenging for Europe, so they're no easy pushover, right? And I know all that. But when you take a 1-0 lead there, don't try and defend it. We know they're good. We know they'll probably get round us and score, so keep going at them. Anyway, look, right, I'm not going down that road. I'm done now. I'm done with that now.
You raise an interesting point there, Trev, right? You sit there and you said about, Arteta surely doesn't ask him to do that. I don't know. I'd question that because regardless of the team selection, regardless of who's playing in what position, it happens every game. Every time we go up and we take a big lead or we like you say, take a 1-0 up, we always sit back and try and hold on to that lead. Like you said, you said that yourself. You knew we weren't going to score in that second half. Yet we made attacking substitutions. And there was a comment a minute ago, like let loose the shackles or something. I don't know if that same mentality exists in Mikel Arteta if we're 2-3-4-0 up, because we see it time and time again. And like you said, you don't know if it probably isn't saying that, for example. But regardless of the team selection, it's the same all the time. So is he saying that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard what we said on Friday. There was a Facebook group that Gary Jones and a few of the other people that are on here are in, and there was a comment made about we're overmanaged from the sidelines, be it Arteta, be it the set piece coach, be it the goalkeeping coach, be it the water drinking coach, be it the whatever coach. There just seems to be loads of coaches. And are we actually preventing the team from playing now? Okay, in the first 17 minutes in that game that we played on Sunday, we scored 4 goals, and it looks like the shackles were off. And I thought, here we go, 4-0. I thought it was going to be 7 or 8. I honestly really did. But it seems like, as Trevor alluded to, and you know, yourself and some people in the comments, it does. Are we being overmanaged? Are there being like Arteta is pragmatic by nature, and is that impacting on the players and their ability to just be natural in the game?
Look, right, it's not easy to do. It is easy to do. Confuse me. I mean, it's easier to confuse you, Fergus, but it's still easy to confuse me.
Macclesfield,
in that right. We didn't do it against Sunderland, and we didn't do it against Leeds. We went on and won games against Premier League sides comfortably. Sunderland at our place, which was expected. Leeds at their place, which is not the easiest place to go and score for.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of confused because I know we can do it, but why go to Brentford and score one and drop off and just close the doors? Or why be 4-0 up against Wigan and stop playing second half? I wish I'd have had a few quid on it, second half being 0-0, because I'd have won a fortune. But I said to my missus at half time, we won't score second half. We'll knock it on the head now. And that's exactly what we did. You know,
this is really interesting from Demseg. If Arteta's making attacking subs, how is that Arteta's fault? When do the players take responsibility? Which is really, really valid.
Yeah, but Kev, hang on a minute, Kev. I mean, I respect Kev's opinions, but I just said then, just not 2 minutes ago, I can't see that Arteta would be telling them to do it, right? That was my words. I can't see that Arteta would be telling the players to back off. So we're not saying it is Arteta's fault. We're saying it's a fault somewhere. You know, maybe it is the players' stop. I don't know. But yeah, we've
Mick, we're not criticizing the coaching staff. We're just saying that, you know, it's a bit like in some people's jobs. You might have the best people in the job, and sometimes we micromanage that a little bit too much. That restricts them in having their natural ability to do their job, and that's what we're saying. You know, and Simon also. So 1 second, Simon also said you can't compare Wigan's game to a Premier League team. We're not. We're talking holistically looking at that game and just talking about where we are at the moment.
Look, we're deep into 4 competitions now. No one's moaning about where we are or what we're doing. I just hope it all stays like it is. I genuinely hope it all stays like it is. We're talking about a little subjects within that, and we need to move on. Actually,
yeah.
As why do we seem to ease off when we've got a lead, and it's cost us a few times this season, like at Brentford. You know, not complaining about where we are, don't want to change the manager, don't want to change the coaches, want to go to Wembley twice and Budapest and then celebrate winning the league at home the week before we go to Palace. All that I want it badly. But we are here to talk about the bigger picture as well, you know.
We're absolutely. And before we move off that final point, I'll just get your view on it then, Dale, and then I want to ask Trevor about Norgard.
Well, I was going to say, before we move on, can we talk about Norgard? Because I thought he was absolutely fantastic. There's been lots of media talk. I'm going to jump in there a little bit early, just because that's what I was going to say. I just think there's 2 players who, for me, yesterday impressed. One of them is getting better and better and better by the week. I'll come to in a second, which I think is Mosquera. I think Mosquera is very quickly growing into this Arsenal team. And the second was Norgard. And the big thing for me on this performance against Wigan was there was a lot of media talk, wasn't there, in the last few weeks and months, saying he's unhappy with the amount of game time, etc., and whatever. And the media will always do that for clickbait and what have you. But after the game, he turned around and said he's extremely happy here. And obviously playing the way he did, it was a joy to watch. It was a joy to watch, and to know that we've got that depth in the squad at a time when, let's be honest, we need midfielders, right? And we've got lots of injuries in the middle of the park. So to have performances like from Norgard just reminds us just how good he actually is. And yes, we can say it's Wigan, but he's still got to turn up and play and give his all in that game, which is what he did. I thought he was absolutely superb.
Trevor, Norgard was a player that you were delighted to be signed. We jokingly took the mick out of you, going, "Oh, you've gone over the top on him," but he has when he's been asked to play. He's given 100%, and he's given a great performance on every occasion he played.
I thought he was bang average last night.
You're a prize.
You know, I mean,
he gave 2 assists, 1 to Martinelli for his 4th FA Cup goal of the season, and 1 to Jesus, and he was bang average.
No, look, right. I said at the start of the season, I thought we had a great utility player coming in that was going to fit in and never let us down. And he did it last night. He played at centre half as well, didn't he, last night, you know? So, yeah, brilliant. But Dale's hitting the nail on the head with the most exciting player coming through for me at the moment is Mosquera. He's scarily good, Mosquera. And not mascara like Fergus will sometimes say people out there, is Mosquera. scarily good. And I don't know how we keep him happy. I hope we can keep him happy, but he's a wonderful young player, Mosquera.
So Martinelli gets his 4th goal of the FA Cup season, and own goal gets another goal. I think it's his 5th or 6th goal of the season. And Jesus, that was the 4 goals that we had. Half time there was a substitution. Saka was off and Gyökeres was on. I didn't have a problem with that 4-0 up, and Saka wasn't ready for the game, planning to be in the game. And Victor needs some more minutes to build confidence and stuff like that. And within 10 minutes, he's put a great ball through, Del, and he hit the post. He was really unlucky not to get that 5th goal, wasn't he?
Not just that, though, the angle he was at as well. That's not easy to get that shot off, let alone to hit the post from there. I thought he was really unlucky, and I'm convinced that there's people are going to. There's a lot of people starting to doubt Gyökeres, and then all of a sudden he scores 2, and they say he only scores against the lower teams, whatever. There's always some sort of agenda against him, but I think he's a hell of a player. I really do. But if I can just touch back a step though before we carry on about Martinelli, I saw a statistic. I think you guys see it as well, that Martinelli's the first player to score 10 goals in cup competitions since Ian Wright in 1994, was it?
I haven't seen that.
Don't know.
Yeah, the crazy statistic. Yeah, Martinelli, so that's across all cup competitions. So this season in the cup, he scored 10 goals. The last person to do that was Ian Wright.
He loves a one-on-one, doesn't he, Martinelli? He loves a one-on-one. He just, and I say this with a slight hint of sarcasm, but I was gutted that the one he's missed recently was the one at Brentford. All the others he slots away. Yeah. But a good save from Kelleher at Brentford. It was a good save, and you have to give the goalkeeper credit.
We had chances from Meze. He had a free kick, Jesus and Martinelli late on before he was taken off, I think, for Trossard. But what was really good to see is the way that another great centre-half is coming through for Saliba. And you got Mosquera, and then you got Salmon on the pitch, 2 young players, and it was really good. It was his home debut. He has played a few times. He's featured against Club Brugge in the Champions League, and he was away at Portsmouth in the earlier round of the competition. Great little player, not little, great big player, Trevor.
Yeah, I've only seen them few bits of him, and he just looks very confident. Then she looks very calm, seems to have a nice touch on him, which is always handy for a big, long centre half. Yeah, I'm excited by it. Oh, I mean, look, right, we've just had a bit of not a moan, but we've had a debate about us not putting games to bed, for want of a better phrase. But come on, let's I'm going to give myself a slap on the wrist here, because we should be excited about everything. We're top of everything. We've got all these young players coming through, right? Damon will be back soon. I've heard Damon's not far off,
He's back first team training.
Yeah, what's not, Mosquera's coming through. What's not to be excited about, And even young Tommy Setford getting a few minutes last night. Little few minutes like that are really important, aren't they? They're really important.
I was going to come on to Setford. What was really nice is Kepa's the guy who famously refused to come off leading up to a penalty shootout when he played for Chelsea. But he looked really happy to give Setford a few minutes, and for me that gave like an insight into the core of the team and the way the team are together as a collective. It was really, really good, and we saw him play. Trevor, we saw Jesus score that goal at Forest. The one time we did win at Forest this century. But Tommy Setford had a really good game then, and the away support really supported him. But in the stadium, it was like there's only one Tommy Setford, and it was a really, really good support for the guy.
That weren't at Forest. Well, that was at Preston, wasn't it? Was it at Preston Setford played, wasn't it?
Oh, you could be right, actually.
I know I'm bloody right. I'm always right when it comes.
Oh, you know who was at Forest? At Forest, it was who's the American guy who is it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Who went on to play for Forest?
Yeah.
Someone will put it in the chat now. Right, anyway, people out there, on behalf of Guns and Yellow Ribbons, Dal, Fergus, and myself, I'd like to make a sincere apology for Fergus's absolutely shite performance tonight on this podcast. And we're only 25 minutes in. Here we go again. Fergus, over to Calamity you.
Have any mistakes? Have any mistakes?
Can I just say, whilst we're on, just before we move on from this game as well, someone who took a lot of criticism over the last few weeks, or from all over the place, is Eze, right? Or Eze, whatever you want to call him. But I thought two of those through balls from Eze in particular were absolutely phenomenal, which goes, he's got it in his locker. So the next time I hear somebody say he can't pick that pass like Odegaard can, I don't want to hear it. Because regardless of who them teams are, those were two absolutely phenomenal through balls.
But do you not think that Eze performed better because he was playing as a double pivot with Saka?
Potentially. I mean, but he's still, at the end of the day, he's still got to do what he's got to do, right? Regardless. I mean, and ultimately the manager sees him week in, week out in training. So if he's doing that in training, he's doing it there, I'd be expecting it to see it elsewhere, but we're not. So it makes you wonder. I don't know. Good question, though.
Yeah.
Yellow card for Trevor Bivings.
Look, you know, Eze had a good game. Eze threaded the ball well. But I've still got it in my head. It was Wigan Athletic. I want to see him do that at Wolves on Wednesday. And more importantly, I want to see him do it at Tottenham on Sunday. And I saw a Palace fan talking on social media this week. Obviously not on X because I can't get on it.
I sent you the link. Is that the guy saying how he's best played?
Yeah. Well, he comes to life in March, they said.
Yeah.
Yes.
March, April, May comes to life. Well, you know, come on. Eze, every player that plays for the Arsenal has my complete faith. Eze has my complete faith because I've seen what he can do. Glimpses. We saw it at Tottenham. We saw it last night with the free balls. We saw him before he left Palace. We know what he can do. I'm thinking Eze just taking a while to settle in. Not ideal for us. Some people will moan about it. Some people will go live and call our players out. Terrible. No names mentioned. But yeah, I still think Eze's going to come good. He'll be all right.
So next up after that, we've got Wolves away on Wednesday night. You mentioned it already, Trevor. Wolves away, you know, there's a lot of focus on, and the TV will be a lot of focus on the Spurs, the Northern Derby. It's a big one for them to get viewing figures in. We shouldn't be playing this weekend, but because we're progressed to the League Cup final, our Wolves game has been dragged forward to Wednesday night. It's huge. Okay, we are top in the league, and Wolves are way down there at the bottom in the league, aren't they? So they've drawn a couple of games in the last 5 and lost 3. They have improved under Rob Edwards, but you would like to see us smash them tomorrow night.
Who are you talking to, me or Dal? Can you make it known, please?
I said Trev.
Oh, you're talking to me. All right, okay. Yeah, of course we want to smash them tomorrow night. But I can't forget the game at the Emirates. Oh, my lordy, what a day that was, boys. But that can't happen again. We should win, right? We should win comfortably. If we play Arsenal football for 90 minutes plus injury time, we do win. That's not a question. The only question is, will we play Arsenal football for the full 95 minutes? Is it going to be a Leeds and a Sunderland where we go out there and absolutely bash them into next week? Or is it going to be a Brentford or another, new name it, and we're going to score one and sit back? I want to see us play 95 minutes. I'm in row 1. I'm going to be screaming and shouting my head off again, dancing in the rain if it's raining. To be honest with you, Ferg, of all the games I've heard people say it's a no-lose game, this really is one we do not want to be losing. It really is.
Losing this puts us in a right mess. Still, we can go 7 points clear with this, and then the pressure's on City. Their game hasn't been rescheduled against, I think they play Palace when we're playing the final. So that game hasn't been rescheduled. It's going to come in later in the season when they've got a glut of games. So we've been lucky that they've actually pushed this game forward to when they did. And points on the board is what counts. At the moment, as you said, we're 4 points ahead. We could be 7 points ahead. But if we don't get those 3 points, it's not great, is it?
No, agreed. But at the same time, I think this game plays into our hands, truth be told. Wolves are running out of time. They are not down yet, mathematically, but they're not far off it. Every game now for them is a free hit, so they're going to come at us. They've got no choice. It's absolutely pointless at home, sitting back and letting the Arsenal come at you. It's just not going to work. We were saying Eze plays better against teams that don't sit back and drop deep and they come at us. I think this game's set up perfectly for him. So I think the warm-up we saw against Wigan from Eze sits perfectly for Eze to perform again as well, especially with Tottenham coming up next Sunday. I don't see a world where we make the same mistakes as what we did in the first game. That first game was just unbelievable. And you could play that game another 9 times out of 10 and we win that comfortably. I don't understand how it was as tight as it was and whatever. I think the team are going to learn a lot. I think Mikel would have took that performance personally, and I think he's going to want to kick on from, like you say, the games away at Leeds and places like that, because people sit there and say Leeds is a tough place to go. Leeds are fighting Wolves are fighting relegation. It's going to be a tough place to go. I'd like to say I don't think it is. I think this game plays comfortably into our hands. I really do, and I think we're going to win quite comfortably. I'm not concerned.
Saturday, Newcastle are away at City, so like I
don't care. Not talking about it. Refuse
to
talk about it. Refuse to talk about City. Refuse to talk about any other team. The only team that's important is the Arsenal, right? Wolves away. Let's go up there and win. 6-7 points clear, and what will be will be. And then we go back to Tottenham on Sunday and we win again. And then it's just us. It's just us. We've all been guilty of it. Not so much Dale, because Dale's not been on here, but I definitely have. Definitely have. And you to a certain extent, Ferg, we talk about other teams too much, right? We worry about other teams too much. To the other teams, a big F word, right? I don't care any. I'm not having nothing. I'm not. Might as well end the podcast now, because I'm not talking about other teams. Shut it all down. It's all about us. It's all about the Arsenal.
The one thing we need to do, guys, right? We were saying beforehand, the big thing what gets me at the minute is our recent form in the league, right? We're dropping too many points, too many silly points in games we should realistically be winning. We've won 2 out of the last 6, I think it is, in the Premier League, which just isn't good enough for a team pushing for the title. And we've been lucky to an extent that in January City dropped points as well. We're not going to talk about them, as we say, but we need to focus on what we do. Putting a string of results together is important, and we've put ourselves in a decent place to start this now. Beating Wolves tomorrow night, followed by beating them lot on Sunday, puts us in good stead, because City aren't. There's a comment in the chat. There's a comment somewhere. I think it was saying about our City going to be perfect. No, they're not. City are leaking goals left, right, and centre. But we can't focus on what they do. Let's focus on what we do. And start by putting that run together. It starts tomorrow, Wednesday. Sorry, we start that run tomorrow. We need to put 3, 4, 5 wins together like we did before, because all of a sudden, when it comes to the last home game of the season, that's when we're hopefully sitting there going, we're going to win that title, because they are going to drop points. We've just got to make sure we don't.
Sorry, I will talk about another team just for a second. Tottenham's new manager is a brand of electric cars. One of the guys in my local, I know, was at the football yesterday, came along and said they have got the banner up, today is to do. Now they're going to change it as today is to do, to door. Oh, honestly, I'm just going to leave you to it. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Oh my Lord!
Bang on there, Simon. If we can touch on Simon's comment there, I think he's bang on, mate. I really do. If we're going to win this league, we've got to be beating teams like Wolves.
Ferg's back.
Here he is.
I'm shouting you down.
That's all right.
No, Simon, no, Simon. I'm not having that, Simon. You know, you're my mate in that, but I'm not having that. The league will be decided when the points say the other team can't be caught. So, if the worst thing happened, I'd still be at Tottenham screaming my head off. If the worst thing happened there, I'd still be at the next one screaming my head off. If we lost the next 6, I'd be devastated. I'd have to go and watch. You know, people would have to watch over me. But I'd still be there screaming my head off at the game. You know, it's never over until it's over. So, you know, we're going to... And City ain't going to beat us at their place. City ain't going to beat us at their place. They'll only have about 10,000 empty seats instead of 20,000 empty seats when we play there. So they'll have a bit of a crowd. But, you know, it's never over. It's not over till it's over, mate. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
So Arteta mentioned in his press conference that we're very light in the midfield due to injuries. And we know there's issues with some of the players. What sort of lineup, Dale, are you thinking? Like, well, even we got problems at left back as well to a certain degree. We're blessed with a great squad. We are, compared to last season and seasons before that, we're blessed with a great squad, but it is being tested to its limits at the minute. What sort of lineup are you doing against Wolves? Bearing in mind we got another game in
midfield here, right?
the midfield, probably. Yeah.
So the midfield. I mean, Rice is fit. Rice comes back in. One of the first names on the team sheet every day of the week. Zubimendi is he injured? No, he's not. Is he?
No. He came on. He came on late in the game.
Yeah. So there's your second name on the team sheet, and then it's just a case of Eze or Odegaard, depending on who's fit, I guess. I mean, I'd like to see a bit more from Odegaard, because I think on his day he's unbelievable. But I think, as I said earlier, I think this game kind of fits him. I really do. I think the midfield kind of picks itself these days. It's just a case of them. When Kai's fit, I think Kai drops back in there in a minute, especially when you've got the kind of the dip in form had from both Odegaard and Eze. I think Kai Havertz walks into that team. And if they are fit, I think he walks in up top as well. And when he came back, it just goes to show kind of what he does bring. I was gutted when he got injured again. Absolutely gutted, because people don't give Kai the credit for what he does.
Yeah, I don't think Kai Havertz will be fit. Trevor, what are you thinking lineup wise against Wolves? And do you keep Sunday's game in mind when you?
No, not at all. No. You don't do that. Yeah, I've just kind of come to Chris's point here. If we don't beat the worst team in the league, we don't deserve to win the league. Chris, you're 100% right. 100% right. But that won't stop us supporting them. Whatever happens, mate, we're still going to go and scream our heads off for them, because that's what we do. What team do I go for, Ferg? I trust Arteta again. I say it every week. I've got no problem who he plays in the back four. I think we've got 7 players all capable of playing in there. No problem. I'm wondering, does he play Saka alongside Eze? Or, I mean, I would have loved to have seen Skelly alongside Eze last night. That would have been very interesting to see indeed. But I think if we play like we did last night, Saka and Eze together, then I think you've got to play like as Gyökeres up front for him to get the through balls, Although, who knows? Come on. We're clutching at the strike. I don't care who starts. We're good enough to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers. No disrespect to Wolves. People have said it in the comments. It's all true. It's all right. Bang on. But, take, for instance, I'm watching that team that Demsek's put up here. Oh, you've right. You've got Hincapié. He can play left back, right? You got, who's the other lad? Calafiori. Is he injured? Can we risk taking him? It's twists and turns, ups and downs, roundabouts, ring roads, flyovers. We've got everything to come before the end of this season. And we're going to go to Man City and win. You heard it here first, right? Regardless of whether we win or lose the league, regardless of whether we win or lose to Wolves tomorrow or Tottenham on Sunday, I'm sure in my head something is telling me we're going to go to City and get a result, because they're the kind of games that we lift ourselves for, To
be honest, Trev, even if we can keep that gap, it could be a case of a draw. Could be enough. I obviously clearly want an away win. I always want to win, and especially when we're playing the team that probably is considered the next best team in the league to us, and they're not the reigning champions, but they've been the champions for a few seasons, and we'd like to get the buck over them and just beat them at there. So yeah, definitely. I think and I hope that we can go up to the Etihad and get a result. I suppose we should touch on the Northumberland derby, or is it too soon to touch on that?
Wolves. I know what you mean, Ferg. I know what you mean. It's the biggest game of the season for us, isn't it? But
it's not. It's the biggest game for them, not for us.
Yeah. Well, it gives us bragging rights when we go out on a Sunday or a Monday, but I don't know. I just can't get Wolves out of me head. Let's just get Wolves out of the way. For some reason, I'm not full of confidence, and normally I'm full of confidence about every game. And I'm sure I'm wrong. Just want to get it out of the way.
It's funny you say that you're not full of confidence, because I know it was the FA Cup, and I don't know if this comes across on the telly, Dale, at all, but and Trev, you might be able to say as well from being in the stadium, but I definitely felt yesterday and a few games before that there seems to be a different atmosphere in the ground. The noise on the concourse isn't as it was. The noise in the stands isn't as it was. I don't know if it's a nervousness, an expectation. I can't pick it down. What's coming across on TV? Because I know that's how you spend most of your season.
It's a good point. It's a good point. And I measure everything versus the away fans, right? Because the away fans, let's face it, it's always loud. It's always Larry, no matter where you go. Europe, Premier League, irrespective of cup games, it's irrespective. The away fans are incredible. We've had that atmosphere before at home, but we have to drum that atmosphere up at home when it comes to look at the likes of Real Madrid. When the club are sending out things in advance, we've got tifos plan, which I get you can't do every game and stuff, but there's that big game feel about it. At the moment, every game should have that big game feel about it, right? We've got 12, 13 cup finals to go. And we're saying that Sunday's our biggest game of the season. It's not. Wednesday's our biggest game of the season. Then Sunday's our biggest game of the season. And then the game after that's our biggest game. The next game at the minute, in the position we're in, being 4 points clear, the next game is always going to be our biggest game of the season. I'm not concerned about the players and the performances they're capable of doing, but I am a little bit concerned about the atmosphere. Like you say, the concourse and things. Is it because of the performances and the returns we're getting in the league and we're dropping silly points? There was one game recently, which I'm not going to go into it because I thought it was horrendous. When they were booed off, there was plenty of boos at the Emirates. I hated that. I don't think that's the majority of fans. I think that's a few tourists here and there and people jumping on the bandwagon. But I think once we start to put that string of results that I was saying we so badly need together, 2-3 wins together, starting tomorrow versus Wolves, then away against them lot on Sunday, taking it into next week, I think that comes back. The closer we get to that league title, I think the atmosphere is going to build and build and build. But you're right, it has dropped off. I just don't know why.
Do you know what, Dal? You make some good points there, but one point I've got to pick you up on when you said that was tourist booing. You know what I mean? Listen, right? It wasn't tourists that were booing and shouting. It was so-called, amongst them was so-called social media people, right?
That's poor.
Who call themselves fans of the Arsenal. And that's why that's the biggest reason I'm gutted at losing my Twitter this week, because I've been using that as a platform to put the opposite view to these people, right? They've been seeing us drop off a bit and they're thinking clicks, clicks, clicks. And I've seen someone go on their social media this week and absolutely rip into our team, right? Thankfully, they don't have much of a reputation. They have a bit of a following, but everyone knows they talk out their back end, you know? So, yeah, it's not just them. And if anyone boos again, anyone booing at the Arsenal, you should just give your ticket in and go and on your way. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. You're entitled to boo if you want to boo. But why boo a team that's top of the league? You know what I mean? Listen, Ferguson's just pointed at me. I've just got to do this first. Thank you, Lawrence, for watching. Much appreciated. You're the best team we've played this season by a mile. Lawrence, I'm not sure who you support, mate.
Lawrence is a Leeds fan. He's a friend of mine. He's a Leeds fan.
He's a Leeds fan.
Yeah, but most of all, he's a football fan, and he's a very sensible, opinionated guy. So thanks for joining, Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence, most teams are better than Leeds, so, you know, it's not difficult to do so. Right, you can see the QR code just popped up above my head. If you click on there, it'll take you to YouTube and you'll be able to subscribe to our channel. We're down on numbers tonight because we're missing from Twitter, but for the few of you that are watching live, very much appreciated. And if you want to share us, feel free.
Yeah, as we do every week, every show, we also support Andy's Band Club. It's okay to talk. Andy's Band Club is a male anti-suicide or suicide prevention charity. They are on from 7 till 9 on a Monday night, so you won't be watching this show if you're there. If you're there, I'm happy that you're there. But if you are watching this show and you're feeling down, you're feeling there's no other options, you're running our road and stuff like that, go to andysmanclub.co.uk, pump in your postcode at the top, and you will get a local meeting. There will be people outside, Trevor, in hoodies. And as Alex said to us before, they're out there to look for the guys who are a bit scared to go in and just try and encourage them in.
Yeah. Absolutely. They do a great job, and his man club. They do a wonderful job. If I don't get my Twitter back, I might be going next week. But it's, in all honesty, it's not something we should be jovial about. But if you need help is out there. Be it Andy's man club, be it Guns and Yellow Ribbons, be it anybody. But talking helps.
Yeah. It was really good. I run that Arsenal Fans Forum on Facebook, and a guy called Stuart came up around to Block 5, and he tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hi, Fergus, just to say thanks very much. What you do on Arsenal Fans Forum and here is really good, and it helps him out and stuff like that. And that's always good. And just it's a nice space and so on. And you run your own Facebook group for Peterborough supporters, don't you, Dale?"
Yeah, exactly that. And we always get messages about different things, and people use it as. I mean, it's not just a Facebook group. It's for people who just want to chat to people. There are people on there who don't have many people to talk to, and they always feel like they can reach out to others. So yeah, those groups, they work wonders. They really do.
Yeah. Trevor,
can we lift the mood? Can we lift the mood? Danny's
yeah.
Could be our last North London derby. Wouldn't that be nice?
You wouldn't let me talk about it before, so I left it.
Wouldn't that be nice? I'm not talking about the game there. I'm talking about the situation, Fergus.
I was going to talk about the situation. The situation there is they're in dire straits, and they've got Igor Tudor to get them out of trouble.
You older fans out there will remember 1977, one of the greatest years to be an Arsenal fan. Yeah, we didn't have the North London derby, but by God, we made up for it. We had a great season, absolutely ripping them to pieces. Only stayed down one season, but it was great while it lasted.
You know what would make it even sweeter as well, because West Ham hate them also, and if West Ham survive at the cost of Spurs, and even maybe Millwall come up. Mind you, that'll be tasty. But can you imagine the Spurs in the Championship? The serious thing is they've got no relegation clauses in contracts and stuff like that, I believe. So they'd be in really, really deep shit. And you can see them drop. And we all know how many good teams have gone into the Championship and taken a number of years, if ever, to come back up, Trev.
Oh no, I'm sure they'd come back straight back up. Well, I quite hope they would actually, because you
missed the derby.
We want the derby, but one season without it is lovely. It's lovely, and I'm excited about. I'm still excited about the season. We've been a bit down tonight. We've been up again. We've been down again. We've been up again. But at the end of the day, we're all still excited, aren't we? Surely we're all still excited. Look where we are. As our good friend Lyle. I don't know. Is Lyle back? Are you joining us?
He's on holiday, isn't he?
On Wednesday night, Lyle, or are you still away, mate? But never mind. We'll see. I dare say we'll see you at Tottenham at the weekend.
If he's away, he's guaranteed he's sipping pina coladas right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised he's not typing with a slur on his type, because he don't.
I only put a question in earlier on, actually, just while we running out of bits to talk about. The Mansfield game, should it be switched to the Emirates for more money for them?
Why Arnie, that's foolishness. Arnie, that's foolishness, son. We don't move games like that. We go to Mansfield. They have their big day, and we hopefully go and smash them, and everyone's happy. No, we don't. The FA Cup. I know the odd game has been moved in the past, but the FA Cup is about the smaller teams being at home to the big teams. That's why we love it so much, mate.
Yeah, I think he's still aware there's a beer glass in there. Talking about Tudor's win percentage at Juventus was 47%. Is that enough to keep Spurs up? I hope not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I think what would make it even sweeter, though, could you imagine what the history books would look like if, dare I say it, we win the league and they get relegated in the same season? What an ending that would be, wouldn't it? Like a double celebration.
Yeah,
I try not to mention the first bit because I'm trying not to jinx it, as I said. But there are 4 competitions we're still in. We could be the first team that could do all 4 competitions. I don't know if we can, but wouldn't that be even sweeter if it was a historic year that no other team in English history, footballing history, has won the 4 major trophies? I know Man City qualified. Try and say that they won 4 when they lumping a Community Shield in there. That doesn't count.
That's the big thing, right, for me. I mean, I know it's been spoken about time and time again, right? There's been, and it has been a bit down at times tonight, but let's just look at one thing, right? We could not be in a better position. So with no games in hand, we're still four points at the top of the league ahead of City. When the next round of the FA Cup, we can't physically be any further in that. We're in a League Cup final and we won the Champions League, the top of the actual league itself. We could not be in a better position if we tried. Let's enjoy it, guys. And as we mentioned earlier, get behind the boys again. Let's get the atmosphere going up. Each game is now a cup final. Treat it like a cup final. Cheer them over the line like it's a cup final.
As Demsek says, again, the key is beating Man City in the FA Cup final. And I think that'll have a huge bearing on everything. I think that'll have a bearing on the league as well as on the League Cup, because it's bragging rights, it's confidence, it's winning mentality, it's getting that first pot in Arteta's. I know we won the FA Cup in 2020, and I'm not discounting that, but it'll be the one that he's built a team, his team, and won a cup with. Trev is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's due. It's due, you know. And Dale's right in what he just said. I don't know how we're managing to talk about so many bad things in our podcast when we've got so many good things going on, but that's what's happened tonight. We've had a conversation just like we always do. We've had a chat, and that's where we are. But yeah, we're due a trophy, right? We've been so close. We're going to win at least one this year, possibly two, possibly three. 4 might be out of reach, but if it happens, I'm going to do. If we win 4 trophies this season, I'm going to do that walk at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. When you walk around a cockerel, I'm going to take all my clothes off and stand there in my budgie smugglers and give it a big one.
How have we been down when we're talking about we're in 4 competitions? We could be.
We were saying earlier, weren't we, about we could be playing better. We should be doing this. We should be playing.
Which is facts. We've said it all the way along for 18 months or so. Arteta's style is not the free-flowing football. Like we said it a couple of weeks back when Saka and ESR were playing together. It's not been the same as that since that season of 22-23. But the squad has got better. Defensively, we've got better. It's all improvements, but it's just facts about how we're playing football. The style is different.
Yeah, it's true. But we should be playing to our strengths as well, which is top of everything. In with a chance of winning everything, really is. Yeah. Mind you, I mean, second again wouldn't be bad, because I do like it when fans sing that. I mean, Burnley fans singing second again to us when they're going to get relegated. It just makes
Wigan fans were singing it.
Leeds,
the bottom of League One, pretty much.
Wigan, you're probably going out of existence, Wigan, soon. So you're probably going to be coming back to us begging us for money with a begging bowl. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. I'll put me budgie smugglers in it once I've worn them at Tottenham.
Yeah, the last time we played them before that was the 2014 semi-final in the FA Cup, wasn't it? So, but listen, I'm going to press that button.
Before you do, Ferg, can I just say, before we talk about Sunday, let's not go into that now, but what's your prediction for tomorrow night? We haven't done predictions for tomorrow yet.
My predictions for tomorrow night, I'll be at home with my feet up.
Wednesday night, then. Forget your EastEnders.
Yeah, you don't want to cock it up. You don't want to cock it up because somebody might jump on you within about 30 seconds, 3 seconds even. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night. I'd like a clean sheet again. We've had 22 clean sheets so far this season. I'd like another clean sheet. And I never feel comfortable unless we've got 2 goals in the bag, because for what we said earlier, we seem to sit back and then people come at us. So I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal because I want to be even extra comfortable.
3-0. Trevor?
I think that Mikel and all his coaches have been watching us tonight, and they're taking on board what we've said, right? And I think we're going to have 90 odd minutes of delightful Arsenal football that we know we can play, right? So I'm going to go 1-0 to the Arsenal.
I'd take a 1-0, truth be told. I'd take a 1-0, but I am quietly confident in this game. I think they're going to attack us, as I said earlier, but I think we've got more than enough to do it. And I think, as I say, the first of our cup final run starts tomorrow, Wednesday, not tomorrow. And I'm going to go for a 4-0.
4-0. Oh, that would be great, and we're staying up that way, so yeah, we can get in that bar quite quickly after full time. Have a few sherbets as well, Trev.
To quote Mr. Hill himself, you heard it here first. 4-0 the Arsenal.
Yeah, we got it's 1-0 own goal, Trev, from Demsek, and then we got
from a corner by any chance.
We got Heath with a 3-1 as well.
I love all this. We know we're good enough. Now it's coming good in the comments. Now we're having a laugh. Now we're joking about because we're the Arsenal. Best team in the country. Best team in the country, not because we say we are, but because the evidence shows we are. We're top of everything, so yeah. And I'm just wondering now when the Macclesfield tickets will go on sale for the FA Cup first.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting one of those. Can I press the button yet?
Yeah, do it, yeah.
We've not had a Trev time for a while. Don't you think we should have a Trev time?
I was just about to pick my nose then because I thought we were about to go. So that was lucky, wasn't it? Yeah. Listen, right. I don't know. Regardless of what anyone else says, remember we're the best team in the country. We've got to enjoy supporting our side because we are the best. Brentford the other night, although I moaned about us drawing, remember how good Brentford were. I was in row one, absolutely loved me night with a couple of really good mates. We'd had a lunch and an evening meal of pints of creamy Guinness, some of the best Guinness in London, and we'll be at every game cheering our boys on. And come the 1st of June, who knows, quite possibly having a few in Budapest. Now, wouldn't that be nice, Ferg?
It would indeed. It'd be really, really nice. That was really well timed, Tov. Very, very, very good. It's almost like professional.
Now you're back. I'm going to make an explanation. The reason my big ugly mug appeared on your screen then was because Fergus wanted to leg it out, and I could see him in the background legging it out the door. And I thought, do I go for him here? I could have really gone for him, but I thought, no, I'll leave him. I'll leave him.
Dale can't see all the screens down the bottom, but because Trev's got the same login as me, he can see all the screens if Eddie was in the green room. And when that video was on, I'm sitting there going, oh, and I typed in the chat. I needed to go desperately. So, yeah, I couldn't have lasted another 2 or 3 seconds. It's an age thing. It's an age thing, apparently.
Well, I don't know if it's an age thing because I don't go as often as you, and I'm, a year older than you. So, is it an age thing? Yeah. It's got to be said, right? But look, our viewing numbers are down tonight, boys, before we go. That's my fault because I made a childish error in my X. Hopefully it'll be back in the next week or so. You just have to wait for X to do their thing. There's nothing that you can't speed the process up at all. So yeah, but I mean, most people will be thinking, I suppose at least he's not going to be doing his bloody videos. Well, I might just do them and send them to Fergus for Guns and Yellow Ribbons to do. So we'll see. But bear with us on that. And
I have Demsek, and it's all good. So yeah.
Right.
The question on your X, by the way, is are you going to unblock me when you get it back?
Well, I think that's probably about the only thing these people have done good. You know what I mean? So I'll have a look and you're going
to have a very big block list. You know that. I think they've blocked half your followers. So
I miss Trev's fishing. Truth be told, the amount of rival fans, so to speak, who would sit there and jump on him it's brilliant.
That's what really annoyed me. I had some Man City fans dangling big time, and I was being really nice to them, and they couldn't get over the fact that I wasn't returning their swear words with swear words. I was being nice,
killing him with kindness.
Yeah.
If the North Sea ever runs out of fish, you can go on Trev's X account. And I'll tell you, he's got plenty on there.
Yeah, well, I did have. I think they've all got out of the net now. But anyway, never mind. Oh, what's happened?
Oh, Twitter X has just gone down again. It's got we are experiencing issues with live streaming posts. If you can't find your live in X, then manually post it later. Okay. Well, anybody watching on X, I think we've lost you. If we haven't, thank you for watching. You have been watching Guns and Yellow Ribbons, an Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans for Arsenal fans. Dale, thank you for coming back on again. It's been a while. Hopefully we'll have you on again soon.
La 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 la.
Trevor's very chipper.
La 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 la. Look, Heath. What happens, Trev? Heath, you're nearly on a red card there. You've been watching the show all night. We've been talking about it all night, Heath. Someone's hacked my X account, so I can't get on it.
Accounts, them tweets where it says, "Oh, look, can't believe they did this."
You know the picture of me with Elon Musk. It's not me, Heath. It's not me.
I've got that picture.
It's some clown in Asia or Africa or Europe or North America or wherever they are. Trust me, if a billion to one chance came along and I happened to fall over him, then I'd give him a lovely welcome kiss, to be honest.
Guys, as I said, yeah, we've been watching Guns and Yellow Ribbons, an Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans for Arsenal fans. Up the Arsenal. Fuck Spurs.
Thanks for listening to Guns and Yellow Ribbons, an Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans for Arsenal fans. Follow us on Facebook at Guns and Yellow Ribbons or Twitter at Guns and Ribbons. And remember to rate and review us too. Up the Arsenal.